You've eaten this food your entire life. You trust it. You recognize it instantly. You see the logo everywhere: airports, highways, shopping malls, schools, stadiums. It's familiar. It's comforting. It feels regulated. And that's exactly why most people never question it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Some ingredients inside your McDonald's meal are not allowed in other countries. Not discouraged. Not controversial. Not recommended against. Banned. Restricted. Or quietly removed. Same company. Same brand. Same golden arches. Very different rules. And once you see what's on this list, and why, you'll never look at fast food the same way again. Stay until the end, because the final ingredient is still legal in the US only because of a regulatory loophole most people don't know exists. Let's count them down. Keycap 8, natural flavor. The ingredient that tells you nothing. Let's start with something that sounds harmless. Natural flavor. You've seen it before. It shows up on ingredient lists everywhere. Buns, sauces, chicken products, even McDonald's fries in the past. At first glance, it sounds reassuring. Natural flavor. What could be wrong? Here's the problem. In the United States, natural flavor is a legal black box. Companies are not required to tell you what it actually is. It can come from plants. It can come from animals. It can come from fermentation. It can involve chemical solvents during processing. And none of that has to be disclosed. As long as the flavor originates from something natural at some point, it qualifies. In Europe, that doesn't fly. Countries like France and Germany require exact disclosure of flavor sources, especially if those flavors involve animal byproducts, enzyme treatments, chemical extraction processes. So while a US McDonald's bun might simply say natural flavor, the same bun overseas must spell out what plant, enzyme, or process created it. That's why many natural flavors used in US formulations are reformulated or removed entirely abroad. Same bun, different transparency standards. And once you realize that natural flavor doesn't mean simple or clean, it means undisclosed, you start reading labels very differently. Keycap 7, artificial food dyes. Same color, different rules. Now let's talk about something you can actually see. Food coloring, specifically yellow dyes. In the US, McDonald's has historically used artificial colorants like Yellow 5 and Yellow 6 in items ranging from sauces to beverages and desserts. These dyes make food look brighter, more consistent, more appetizing. But in many European countries, these same dyes come with a catch. They must carry warning labels stating they may affect attention and behavior in children. Some countries go further. They restrict or prohibit these dyes entirely in foods marketed toward kids. So what happens when McDonald's operates there? They change the recipe. Instead of artificial dyes, they use turmeric, paprika extract, beta-carotene. Same color, different source, no warnings required. And that raises a very uncomfortable question. If McDonald's can remove artificial dyes overseas without hurting sales, why keep them in the US version at all? The answer isn't science. It's regulation. Keycap 6, dough conditioners. The bread ingredient Europe rejected immediately. This one hides in plain sight. Bread conditioners. For years, US McDonald's buns included dough conditioners like azotocarbonamide. This chemical helps bread rise faster, look fluffier, stay uniform. From a manufacturing perspective, it's incredibly convenient. But here's the part most people never hear. Azotocarbonamide is also used in yoga mats, shoe rubber, and industrial foams. That doesn't automatically make it dangerous, but it does raise eyebrows. In Europe, the response was clear. This chemical is banned outright in food. Not limited, not capped, not monitored, banned. So McDonald's never used it there. Same bread concept, same company, different standards. In the US, the ingredient was eventually removed, but only after public backlash forced the issue. Overseas, it never made it into the bun in the first place. Keycap 5, meat preservatives, shelf life versus simplicity. Now let's move to the core of the meal, meat. In the US, certain preservatives are allowed in processed beef and poultry to extend shelf life, improve texture, maintain color. These additives make large-scale distribution easier, but not every country accepts that trade-off. In places like Norway and Switzerland, many of these preservatives are either tightly restricted, heavily regulated, or prohibited in fast food meat entirely. Instead, McDonald's locations they rely on shorter supply chains, faster product turnover, fewer chemical stabilizers. The result? The food spoils faster, costs more to manage, requires tighter logistics, but it also involves less chemical intervention. This isn't about feasibility. McDonald's already does it. It's about priority. Keycap 4 artificial smoke flavor, the taste of fire without fire. This is where things get more technical. Artificial smoke flavor. In the US, smoky flavor is often created by capturing smoke compounds and converting them into liquid additives. It delivers that grilled taste without an actual grill. Efficient, consistent, cheap. But some countries view this differently. Certain smoke flavor compounds are classified as potentially harmful when overused, especially in highly processed foods. So regulators step in. They limit usage, restrict applications, or ban certain smoke extracts entirely. What does McDonald's do overseas? They adjust. Less smoke flavor, different formulations, or removal altogether. Same menu item, less chemical illusion. And once again, the pattern repeats. When forced, McDonald's adapts. When not forced, it doesn't. Keycap 3 high fructose corn syrup. Cheap in America, rare everywhere else. This one surprises a lot of people. High fructose corn syrup. In the US, it's everywhere. Buns, sauces, condiments, drinks. But in many other countries, it's barely used. Why? Because it's not inherently better. It's just cheaper in the US, largely due to corn subsidies. Some countries restrict its use in fast food because of concerns around overconsumption, metabolic health, hidden sugar intake. So McDonald's adapts. They use regular sugar, glucose syrup, or alternative sweeteners. Same brand, different sweetening strategy. Not because American consumers want it more, because American regulations allow it. Keycap 2 processing aids, the ingredients you're not allowed to see. Now let's talk about something you can't taste, smell, or even read on a label. Processing aids. These are chemicals used during manufacturing that don't have to appear on US ingredient lists if they're considered not present in the final product. That's a massive loophole. Other countries don't agree. They require full disclosure or outright bans on certain aids. So an ingredient that is legally invisible in the US may be fully disclosed or removed in other countries. Same process, different transparency. And once you understand how many steps food goes through before it reaches you, this difference matters more than most people realize. Keycap 1 the grandfathered preservative, legal only because it's old. This is the most shocking one. Some artificial preservatives used in US fast food are allowed not because they've passed modern safety standards, but because they were approved decades ago and never reevaluated. Many countries require periodic reapproval of food chemicals. The US often doesn't. That means an ingredient can stay legal not because it's been proven safe by today's science, but because it was approved long ago and never revisited. Other countries removed these ingredients. The US kept them. Same company, same menu, different regulatory timelines. That's the loophole. Closing. This was never about fear. This isn't about panic. It's not about hating fast food. And it's not about pretending McDonald's is evil. It's about awareness. Because when the same company can serve cleaner food in one country and chooses not to in another, that tells you everything you need to know. You're not imagining it. You're not being dramatic. And you're not overthinking food. You're just eating under different rules. If this changed how you look at fast food, drop a comment. And if you want to see which brands quietly reformulate only when they're forced to, make sure you're subscribed, because this list was just the beginning.